Hi everyone boys, today's video is different. It's our first time discussing current events on the channel. Dainese, the historic Italian brand of technical clothing for motorcyclists, is going through a severe economic crisis. In this video, we'll briefly go over the history and achievements that have defined Dainese. Then we'll delve into the current financial crisis that has made headlines everywhere. Dainese was founded in Vicenza in 1972 by its founder Lino Dainese. From the start, it stood out for its innovative motorcycle safety features. Just think that Dainese designed and patented some revolutionary solutions in protection for extreme sports, quickly establishing itself on a global level. Among the most famous innovations, we definitely find the back protector, introduced at the end of the 70s, and the first wearable airbag for motorcyclists that you all know, like D-Air. It's no coincidence that the Dainese brand has equipped the greatest champions in the world, including Valentino Rossi. And just think that during his collaboration with Dainese, he actually helped Dainese develop their products. Dainese has grown over the years, and they decided to diversify, expanding their range by incorporating two other very important Italian brands, AGV in 2007, since 2020, DCX. It's thanks to this that today Dainese products range from technical clothing to footwear to helmets. A trio enables Dainese to equip athletes in multiple sports, mountain biking, skiing, and motorcycles, from head to toe. The Vicenza-based company has over 1,000 employees, operates globally, and has distributors in Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and America. In other words, Dainese has become the symbol of Made in Italy in the field of motorsports, renowned for quality and safety all over the world. Well, now that I've told you the story of Dainese and helped you understand how it has developed from its opening to today, it's time to delve into the economic and financial situation of the company, starting from 2014, a year of drastic change for Dainese. In recent years, in fact, the ownership of the company has changed several times. In 2014, Lino Dainese sold the majority of the ownership, 80%, to the investment fund Investcorp for the staggering sum of 130 million euros. Later, in 2022, Dainese was acquired by the American giant Carlyle for an amount around 630 million euros. Personally, I don't even know how many zeros are in 630 million, but let's move on. This, from the outside, seemed like the beginning of a very important phase of expansion for the brand. Instead, as we will see very soon, something went wrong. Two changes of ownership in less than 10 years and the entry of a major American giant probably disrupted the internal balance. And right now, in 2025, in light of this news about the financial crisis, we might witness a historic change for Dainese, as we have known it until now. Let's now look at the latest news published in the newspapers that has worried many fans of the brand, myself included. Newspaper headlines like, "In the red, debts, profits collapsed, Dainese could end up with creditors." They paint an alarming picture, but what is actually happening in practice? Basically, the company is facing serious financial difficulties. In the past year alone, believe it or not, it has accumulated losses of over 120 million euros. A very heavy deficit on the year-end balance sheet, which has obviously alarmed investors and executives. This situation, initially reported by Bloomberg and then by the Italian press, could lead to yet another change of ownership. In fact, the Carlyle Fund, which currently owns Dainese, is negotiating the sale of the company with its creditors. That is the American financial fund HPS and the English fund Archmont. Basically, the creditors could become the new owners of the brand. Well, yes, it happened, guys. Dainese was handed over to the creditors by Carlyle to the Archmont fund and HPS for €1. A clearly symbolic amount. This news came out a few days ago while I was editing this video, so I thought it was right to include it for you. If I had known sooner, I was ready. I would have bought it myself. I know what you're asking yourselves now. How is it possible that Dainese accumulated so much debt and ended up in this situation? Dainese, despite its strong global brand, faced a mix of negative factors. Under the new owner Carlyle, from 2022 to today, the economic performance has worsened drastically. In fact, the financial statements of the last few years have shown losses. Also note that in 2023, the net loss was around 120 million. According to reported analyses applied to the income statement, it seems there were excessive inventory stocks that accumulated during the COVID period. A drop in demand in key markets such as China, which bought fewer products than expected. Inflation and rising interest rates, which have obviously made debts more burdensome. In short, Dainese currently has high costs and debts and declining revenues. For its part, Dainese obviously did not remain silent and publicly acknowledged the financial difficulty by communicating it to Italian news outlets. He stated that this process will not have any impact on employees, regular operations, suppliers, or customers. At this point, after so much data and financial news, allow me to put myself in the shoes of a passionate motorcyclist and tell you what I personally think. As many of you know, I have had the honor and privilege of collaborating with Dainese and being their brand ambassador. And so this story has definitely affected me personally. Seeing a legendary brand like Dainese in trouble is definitely something that saddens me and makes me feel really sorry. For someone like myself who dreamed of wearing the suits of great riders on my own bike, it definitely hurts my heart reading about accounts in the red and a possible sale to creditors. Also because, let's not hide it, every time the owner changes, the management logic of the company changes with him. Dainese has never been just any brand for me, but it represents safety in the motorcycle field. But it's also true that in the last 5 years there have always been more and more brands competing with Dainese. And the technological development of these competitors has always continued to increase. In the 70s, when it opened, it was basically the undisputed market leader. And with its patents and innovation, it brought motorcycle safety to a new level. But today, Dainese should be more cautious, since its products, along with their prices, are aimed at a premium market segment. They want made in Italy and demand a certain level of quality. As an Italian motorcyclist, the dream would be to see it back in the hands of Lino Dainese, who is currently out of the game, so that it can go back to its roots a bit and continue that innovation that has always set Dainese apart from other brands. I remain confident that this is not the end of Dainese, but just a difficult crossroads from which it could come out stronger than before, if handled the right way. If you've made it this far, I ask you to leave a comment below with your thoughts and the hashtag until the end, so that maybe we can use it again on other news topics. That's it from Freccia Verde. Stay safe, keep the throttle open, and see you in the next video. Bye boys!